my microphone, your microphone, switch over here to talking, mute my phone here, so that way I'm not doing the audio thingy. Looks like the chat is working, so that's good. But yeah, alright, hello everyone. We're about to get ready to do some Sudoku puzzles. How are you doing, Mama?
I'm doing all right. Tired, so we'll see how we go.
It is the time of nap. Get this ready, because I forgot to click on that button. Well, that's not how that's supposed to go. Because I put it in the wrong thing. This is supposed to be something else entirely. Button. Notepad. Go. Now, minimize that, because I clicked on the wrong thing. This one should be that thing. Alright. Let's see. I guess I should actually do the stream announcements at the beginning of the stream rather than the end of the stream, because sometimes people won't stay that long. Upcoming things is Project Zomboid on Thursday and Friday night after midnight. The times are posted on YouTube if you want to catch those. Horizon Zero Dawn at any point whenever I feel like in between. So if you are wanting to catch those, make sure to subscribe, ring the bell. I've heard that helps you catch the live streams. If you want to help boost the channel, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, share the video, do all of those things at the same time. And then obviously Sudoku, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Mondays and Tuesdays for the foreseeable future. So without further ado, unless you have some ado, we will get into some
I'm a do
Sudoku. All right. First puzzle for today is going to be Forgiven by James Sinclair. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits cannot repeat on the indicated diagonal. Digits along blue lines have the same sum within each 3x3 box the line enters. Digits in cells with a shaded square must be even, and digits in cells with a shaded circle must be odd. So like these ones down here are odd, this one's even. And if we take a look at this equals sum line here, whatever I put here, let's say it was a 6, right? Then I would go in here, and I would make these 3 sum to 6, which would be 1, 2, and 3. And then over here, we would also need to sum to 6, so that would be a 6 there. So whatever this is, that's going to be the same, and these are all going to sum to that. Another example would be, well, I guess they all have just a single value in the box, but yeah, so that would be the thing that we're doing. So, restart so that we get an accurate time, and we shall begin. Well, I guess I'm going to start by marking these points where it's just a single digit. And those are all, they all have 3 digits on them. Because we got 3 digits there, 3 there, 3 there, 3 there. Now, we don't know that they're all different.
Well, we know blue and yellow are different.
Yeah.
Blue and green are different, but we can't tell if green is different than yellow at this point.
Yeah.
And green and red are different. Yellow and red are different.
Yeah, the ones that are on opposite corners, we don't overlap. So red overlaps with green and yellow, but not blue, and yellow and green overlap with blue, but not each other. 268. 13579.
Well, we know red can't be 7.
Yeah.
Because that would be 1, 2, 4, and there's a 4 in the box.
I guess we know that this has to have a 1 on it, because the only one that has the ability to not have a 1 is 2, 3, 4 for 9.
Yeah, and there's a 4 in the box. It can't be that, so yeah.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, or 1, 3, 5? And it's got lots of options. I guess I should consider... Oh, where's red in this box and blue in this box? Well, clearly red doesn't see itself, blue doesn't see itself. But also you can't place red on the line, same with blue. So we get red is here and blue is there. So clearly 2 is out and 9 is out. And now red and blue see each other.
Right. So they are all 4 different.
Yellow and green can still...
Could still be the same, yeah.
Where's green in this box? Can't be there. And yellow could be there. So green and yellow can't overlap in the middle box, because green can't be on the center square.
Right.
Because of this. Okay, so now they're all different. That was the missing piece. But I guess that does mean that we have 1 and 2 in here. It's just whether it's 3 or 5. 7, 9. I guess 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, and 5.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And that. Okay. What about yellow on this diagonal? Or... yeah, not there, not there, or there.
Green? I say green on the diagonal, it can't be in box 5, so it's going to have to be in box 9. Unless it's 4. No, it can't be 4.
Okay, so green's here. Because that's just to double check.
Right.
It can't be here because it sees that. This one sees that one. And you can't put green on its equal sum line. So it can't be there. That one sees green. That one's red, which green and red overlap. And you can't put a 4 here. Because you can't make 4 in 3 digits. This one sees green. Green and blue don't overlap. Or can't be the same. So the green's forced there. So now yellow, here, green and blue, not there, not red, not 4. So this is yellow. And yellow cannot be 9 now. Six, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3.
And green... Never mind. I was going to say green can't be 6, but yes, it can. Oh, it can't.
Because yellow got on the green line.
Right.
Oh, well, where's green in here now? Because we locked it in here, so it's out of the bottom. And again, can't be on the top or this side, nor can it be on its line. So green's actually forced here, and that places it in box 1. This has a 1 on it, so 1 has to be one of those two.
Green in box 3.
Can't put it on the yellow line because it's bigger than yellow.
Right, it's right.
So green's here then. Because it can't be on the top row. So it has to be here. And we know green and yellow aren't the same. And this green sees that one. So yeah, 7, 8, 9 there. Clear that one from being green. One of these two, and, well, it has to be one of these two, because you can't put it over here because of these. There's all of that. And we know green and yellow don't overlap, so these two are green.
And that's all the green. Blue in box 5.
Can't be here, here, or on the diagonal. That forces it onto green's line.
Right. So blue cannot be 9 or yeah.
Do we have red in here? Not on the diagonal, not there, not there. Wait, hold on, did I do that right? Not the diagonal, not the top, not there, yeah. Thought I did that wrong. Well,
red in I was gonna say red in box 3. Red is 6 or 8.
if it ends up on the yellow line, oh, it can't end up on the
can't
yellow
be
line.
on the. It can't.
Right. Because if it would have to be 6 if it was on here, but it would have to pair with 1 and 2, which would make 9, but yellow can't be 9, because yellow is
Right.
on the green line. So where's that put red down here? Even, so it's not on the odd cell. And again, it can't be on the blue line, because it would have to be a 6 with a 1, 2.
Yeah. Which places it in box 6, red in box 6,
And
which resolves the one in
box 5.
Yeah. So box 8 has 2 possibilities. Box 7
only has 1, because it can't be this odd digit. Oh, well, that's going to force green to be 9 then. So red's going to be a 6 and a 1, 2 here.
Okay, so red is now 6.
Yeah, that takes 3 out of here.
And since red is 6, box 1 is 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
Which removes the 5.
Oh, where's blue in here? I guess it does have 2 options. Ah, but blue up here has to be in these 2 columns, so blue ends up there. Blue in box 3 is here, but that doesn't mean it's on yellow.
A box 5. Since yellow is 7 or 8, green is 9, the 3 comes off.
Right.
So that's a 1, 2, 7, 8 quad.
3, 4, and 5, which we know 4 is not on the diagonal, which is places it. This should be a 1 or a 2.
1 or 2.
Oh.
There's a
Well,
1, 2 pair.
yeah. 3, 4, 5. Can this be 4 or 5? Yeah, it can. If this is a 4, you can still use a 3 and a 1, and that won't break
Right.
this 1, 2 down here.
But
if that
it
couldn't...
can't be 5.
Right.
On the next to the... It can't be, yeah.
So it would have to be 2, 5, and a 1, which would break that. Oh. Sure. Blue is in this column in box 3. But it can't go on the yellow line because it's too big. But now that places blue over here, so this isn't blue, and this is. So...
Well, then blue has to be 7.
Right. This ends up being a 4, a 1, 2. You don't have 1 and 2 there. So it's going to have to be 1, 3, 4 for 8. No, 2, 1. Not a 7, not 8. 8. That's not a 1.
The circle in box 9 can be resolved.
Ah,
it's a
5. Because the 3 and the 7 and the 1. 6, no, 8 and
3.
Go. I don't know why I had such a hard time with that.
Happens.
This has to be 1 and 2 because of our 1, 2 values here. So this isn't yellow, this one is. 8. 8, 1, 1, and 8. 2, 1. 7, 2. So not blue. Or excuse me, that is blue. 7. 8, yellow. Not a 7. Is a 7. Not a 7 is a 7. It's on yellow. 8, 5, 8, yellow. Not is yellow 8. That's a 3. That's a 5. That's a 3. This is a 4, and I'm still missing a 5. And I've got 2 here, so that's 1, that's 2, that's 1, that's 2. 3 is going to be here, 4 there, 5 there. I'm still missing a 5. This is 1 and 2, which goes like this, 3 and a 4. That one's 2. 3, 4, 5. 2 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. That was a fun puzzle. Grab Logic Masters Germany real quick. Edit this book. So that is. Alright. And Forgiven by James Sinclair. That's the only puzzle they have on here. Row 9. Yeah, anything to say about this puzzle before?
Nope, I think it all got said during the...
Nice. I enjoyed it. It's a very nice puzzle.
Average?
Yeah. The yeah, I think I don't know. I guess like I don't want to overthink it. Yeah, 1 star above what that was, but it's usually rated. But yeah, equal sum lines are a bit tricky, as well as like the different things that they need to do. But it's definitely a good puzzle. Copy that so that I have it in my list there. And move on to the next one. I guess before I do that actually load the thing. Yes, it did. Cool. Alright, next puzzle is Mods by Marty Sears and the Pedaling Pianist, as I bump my desk. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Yellow lines are same difference lines. Each pair of adjacent digits on one of these lines has the same difference. However, this difference value may be different for different lines. A digit on a circle indicates exactly how many circles contain that digit. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, that has to be 3 different values, because the largest number I can use is a 4, so it has to be 1, 3, and 4. Well, we know there's a 4 in each box, and then all but one of them has a 3, the last one being a 1. Okay, well, if the difference was 2, putting a 1 here would place a 3, which would break that. But I could go, well, I can't go 2, 4, so I'd have to start 3 plus 2 is 5, 7, 9, and then you go down to 7. If the difference was 3, 1 plus 3 is 4, well, that's not allowed. 2, 5, 8, and then I don't have enough room. So that's going to have to be 3, 5, 7, 9 in this direction. But what if I did this direction? Because in this direction I could go 1, 3, 5, 7. I could go 1, I can't go 1, 4. It would have to be 2, 5. No, can't do 2, 5, 8. So this is going to have to be 2. But you can go 1, 3, 5, 7. You can't go 2, 4. But you can go 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, where you can't start with a 1. Oh, wait, hold on. This one can be 1, 3, 5, 7. This one can be 3, 5, 7, and 9. But this one could also be 3, 5, 7, and 9. Making this 3, 7, or 1, 5. Over here's going to have to be a similar thing. But then it's going to loop back in here. Oh, I guess I didn't think that they could be 1 for some reason. So this one, whatever it is, it couldn't be a 1, because then you'd end up with the same digit here. So let's say this was the smallest one, and we did it up by 2. 3, 5, 7, 9. Well, that would work. And it's not going to be improved by going 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 7. So this has to be a 1. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4. But I can't do both. Okay. Difference on that is 1. This one, its difference is 1 or 2. One, 3, 5, 3, 1, 3. So there's nothing stopping that from being 2 because it can flip back and forth multiple times. I can even go 7, 9, and 7. But you couldn't do... Well, I don't know. Could you do 3? 1, 4, 7... 7 minus... 4. Yeah, it'd have to go down to 4. 1, 4. So, I mean, I couldn't do it with 1 and 4, because you can't, you have to have a 4 on here, but that just shows that it can be 1, 2, or 3. 1 plus 5, 9, 5... I mean, that's going to make this a 5, but you can do 1 or 9 there. So I could do 4. But if I did a difference of 5, that would have to go back and forth. because you don't have two options that are 5 steps away. So the biggest difference allowed on a line of an appropriate length is 4. So anything like these be length, like this one could be length 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. But this one, 1, 3, or no, 1, 4, 7. You couldn't do length. You couldn't do a separation of 3. So this one's 1 or 2. Okay, where can 4 go on here? Because it's length 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I have to put a 4 on here. It's not possible to ignore it, because this can't repeat, because both of its neighbors are here. So because of these having to have the digit 4 on them, these two remove those. This one removes both this one and that one, and I can't avoid the number 4. Excuse me. I have to place a 4 here, and either this goes down to 3 or up to 5. Down to 2 and 1, except that would be both 3 and 1 there, which would break this. So this is 5, 6, 7, 3, and 2, and there ends up being my 1, 4 pair. Everything else is 3 and 4.
Right. So there at the top of column 9, or 8 rather. That's now a 1 or a 2, not a 3. Oh no, that's just how many the difference was. Never mind.
Yeah. Although I can move it to a, well, I tried.
Well, it doesn't matter. I reminded myself of what it was.
Yeah. So I'll ask you about that later. So down here, when I was looking through the options for this, the 2 option. Okay, well, it would have to be odds. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Because if I tried to do evens, you could put a 2 in either of these positions, but then you need a 4. So this would have to be odds. 1, 3 would break. I could go 3, 5, 7, 9, and then do 1 or 5 here. And that still be the odds. Otherwise, the difference has to be 1. I guess what's left over in this box? 5, 6, 7, 4, 2, and that one's not the 3, that one's not the 1.
Column 3, the 4 has to be in box. Yeah.
Put those in the center so they're a bit more different.
Yeah. And in row 1, the 4 has to be in box 3.
Right. And it can't be on here. Well, it could be here, but it can't be here because these two see those, this one sees that one. These two see those, and that 4.
Well, if there's a 4 on that line at all, it has to be
here?
There.
So let's just say it's here. I can't use a difference of 4, because that would be 8, 4, which isn't allowed.
You can't do a difference of 1 either, because that would put 7 in row 2.
I can go
And you can't go
3,
down.
2.
You
Oh, no,
can't
I
go
can't.
down because you can't put a 3.
5, 6. Okay. So that was 1 and 4. So 2 would make
You
this a
can't put a 2
6
there.
and 8.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this
You
would have
can't
to
go
be a
down to
6.
6.
So then a 3. 1 can't go to 4. 7 can't go to 4. And that would be all the options, wouldn't it?
Yep. So 4 can't go there. There can't be a 4 on that line.
I guess we should have known that from this 3-4 pair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well. The logic's
It
fun to
can't
do
have 3
anyway.
or 4 on that line.
Right.
So it would have to it would have to skip over 3 and 4. So it would have to skip from 2 to 5 or 1 to 5 or 2 to 5.
1, 2, 8, 9. Across the row. We know that whatever's in between these two, it cannot be between 1 and 2. Or 8 and 9. Because whatever's here, it goes up to 1 and down to the other. So clearly I can't use 1 or 9 here. But if I used 8, the difference would be 1, and I'd have to go down to 7. But that's not possible because the 7 over here. If I used a 7, well, it'd have to be equidistant between the 2 and the 8, or the
Which
2
would
and the
be
9.
5.
But the difference between 2 and 9 is
Is
7.
odd.
So it would have to be 2 and 8 or 1 and 9. That's the only way that works, right?
Yes.
So it has to be a 5 here then.
Yeah.
Because if to go from 8 to 1 would be 7, but you can't do that. So 8 to 2 is 6, and that's 3 and 3. Okay, yeah. I sometimes do math tutoring. Let me know if you need any help with math.
Well, doesn't the box 2, cell 9, doesn't that have to be a 5 as well?
Here?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's going to have to be the same difference between...
Yeah, because whatever this is, it can't go in the other direction.
Right. So
And
then
so this
diagonally is
1, 8, or 9. But then it's going to come
okay.
back to a 5.
Right. And it was 1, 9 or 2, 8.
Yeah.
Well, you can't have a 2 now. It's not. Oh, well, yeah, you could if that's 8.
These can both be the same.
Yeah.
There are 5 in one of those two positions. Oh, this one. It can't be evens or odds now.
Right.
Because I can't go 1, 3, and I can't go 3, 5. And that's all of the possibility there. And I can't do 2, 4. And same here. I can't go 2, 4, or 1, 3, or 3, 5. So this now has to be in order. And we don't have 3, 4, or 5 here. You can't put 1 or 9 in the middle, or 2 and 8 2 steps in. Although I guess this could still be a 1 or a 9. So it's just not a 5. Although
Okay, the either end.
these can't be 2s, can they? Because if this was 1, then it would have to go 2, 3. Or I guess just simply whatever this is, what could its neighbor be in the digit above? So we have to have 7 in one of these two. 6 and 8. I guess the smallest this can be is a 5. The smallest this can be is a 6, because it can't be a 5.
The end that's in box 5 can't be a 9. Because then it would have to be 98765.
Right, okay. But this
But
could be
it
a
can
9.
be a 9 at the other end because it could be 98767.
Hmm. And you can put a 9 here as well.
Mm-hmm.
But one of these two has to be a 7. Otherwise, they would both be even, and you can't have 2 consecutive
Right.
7s or evens. If this was a 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 6, or 4, 9, 8, 7, 6, 7. 6, 7, 8. Can I avoid 8 on here? Well, if I did, this would be a 9 then. So 8 has to be in this diagonal, and that removes 8 from there. And here. So 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8, 9, 8, 7, 6. If this is 6, 7, that's an 8. If this is 7, 8, that could be 6 or 9. Okay. Three, 4, 5. That's not a 2, but neither of them are 7 or 8. Okay. Because of the 5, this cannot be odds. Because it would have to go 1, 3, 5, or 3, 5, 7 in some order. Or not in some order, in some orientation. But because of the 5, that's not allowed. So if this is separated by 2, it must be evens. And if it's separated by 1, it's either 1 through 4 or 6 through 9. If it was 1, 2, 3, 4, you'd have 1 and 4 removed here, but these two would also remove 3, 4. So that's 2. That's 3.
But that
But
can't be
this,
4.
right.
You can't use 1, 2, 3, 4. Because 3 or 4 would end up in column 5, no matter which way you go about it. And you can't do the 1, 2.
Yeah. Because these have to be consecutive. And you can't have 3, 4 like this. So 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think this has the same restrictions that 1 through 4 did. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, 4 wouldn't be allowed in either of these two. But these two can't be 2 or 8. So that's a 6. That's a 4. This would have to be the 2. And 8. Or it's 6, 9, 7, 8. But in either case, 8 is removed from this one.
Mm-hmm.
And so is 6.
Right.
And you have to have 4 or 7 on here. So that pairs with this
And
4
that's
or
the other
7.
4 or 7, yeah.
So 4, 7, 6, and 8. 5 is out of all of them, and 3's not there. We just showed that you can't put 3 on here because it had to be even, or it had to be high digits. So this 3 being out of there, and you can't put a 3 on here because then it wouldn't connect to the rest of this. So that's a 3, 4, 3, 7. That means it's not high digits. 2, 4, 6, and 8. Take 2's out of there. 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 4. This isn't an 8 there.
Well, and since it's from box 5 to box 9.
Oh, 5 to 9.
It's going to have to be 7, 6, 7, 8, 9.
7, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's out. Well, one of these has to be 1 and 2, and that has to be 1 and 2, so that's a 9. 1, 9, not a 9. But now this isn't 9 and 1, it's a 2 and 8. So that's a 1, that's a 6, that's a 2. So this can't be a 1, it's an 8. 1, 2, 7, 6. Or that's a 7. That's a 1. 3, 8, 9. So this is what, 4, 7? 3 and 9. Six, 7,
6, 7, 8.
Not a 6, not a 7. Eight, 6, 4, 3. Not 2's. Not a 7, not a 5. Guess I'll go ahead and do this. 1, 3, 2, 7, and 4. That's not a 6. That's not a 1. 5, or 6. These two. Excuse me. 2, 5, and 6 for these. The rest of that column. This one. 7, 9. Which are actually placed. So 1, 2, 6, and 5.
8,
1, 2,
not 5.
5, 8. 6, and 8. 6, 7, 8, 9. These aren't 3 or 4. Four, 2, 6. 7, 9, 3, 8, 7, 9. Well, where's 7? Can't be here because of that 7. Those aren't 7, and that removes it from there. And then these two remove it from those two. So 7's placed here. How do we connect these?
Well, that one.
This is the center. The only digit 8 can be the center of is 7 and 9. There's already a 7 in the box, so 8's not allowed. 3 can be the center between 2 and 4, 4's not allowed on either of these, or 1 and 5. So I could do 1, 3, and 5. And that
Yeah.
looks
Well,
like it would be fine.
yeah. I was looking at the upper line. The end, if okay, where the cursor is at the moment. If that's an 8, then the other end has to be an 8 as well.
Okay.
It cannot be a 5 because then the other end has to be a 5 as well. And you can't have a 5 on the other end.
Okay.
Well, because if it goes to 3, then 3 would have to go to 1 or 5, and that doesn't work.
Yeah.
It sees both. 4 to 3 to 2 would not work. 4 to 5 would be a difference of 1. To 6 would work.
Yeah.
3 to 5 wouldn't work because it can't go to 7 or 3. 3 to 8 to 3, that doesn't work. So 3 doesn't work. 2 to 3 to 6, or well, 2 to 3 would have to go to 2 or 4, and that doesn't work. 2 to 5, 2, 5, 8, that would work because that's the difference of 3. So 2, 4, and 8 are the only 3 that work there.
Okay. What I did down here was if the middle was a 5,
Yeah.
it would be 1, 9, 2, 8, 3 and 7 obviously doesn't work, and 4 and 6, and neither can be 4. So
Well, that's the center of the upper line.
Yeah.
It can't be 8.
Correct.
Well, because the options are 2 and 4. Well, 2, it would have
Yeah.
to be 2, 8, 2 and 4, 8, 4.
Right.
That's a 3, 5 pair now in column 2.
It is. 5 and 3, 8, 9 makes that a 3.
The end there can't be a 5 because it's a 3, 5 pair in the
All right. Yeah. Oh,
in the
well, that
box.
means you can't use a 3 here.
Right.
So 5 and 3.
What does 1 and 9 borders the 5.
Yeah. Or 2 and 8.
Oh, right.
But now you can't go 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 4, or 2. So this is an 8 and an 8. 6, 9, 1, 9. 5, 2, 7, 9, 8. That's a 5, 9 pair. 7, 8 pair. 1, 6. 6 and 7. 2, 1. 1. 1, 2, 5, and 6. But 1 and 5 are out. That's a 4. That must be 2 or 6. It's a 2. That's a 6. That's a 5, 1, 4, 2. 5, 1. 6, 8. 2, 6, 7, 4, 9. 5, 8, 7, 3, 2, 9, 8, 2, and 3. And we are done. I feel like that was a hard puzzle. Because there's just so many options with these. And
Right.
it was a little fiddly, I think. But maybe that was just how I approached it. I don't know. Mods by Marty Sears. Yep, that looks like this puzzle. In which case, column 9. Yeah, very nice. Submit. And copy that, and I don't need that anymore. Mods by. Guess I should have kept that open because I want to put both of those people's names in there. I guess. There. Alright. Anything to say about this puzzle before moving on to the next?
No, that's.
Alright. Third puzzle for today is going to be Heisenberg by Randall. Normal Sudoku rules apply. It's a possibility, I'm not sure. But Heisenberg by Randall. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row column and 3 by 3 box. Arrows, digits along an arrow sum to the number in its bulb. Build your own X sums. Digits along an arrow are an X sum clue. The following X digits in the direction of the arrow sum to the clue, where X is the first cell in that direction. 2-cell arrows are double-digit clues. The nearest digit to the arrow circle is the tens digit, followed by the units digit. The inequality symbol points to the smaller of the 2 digits surrounded by the symbol. Okay.
Yeah, I think that fits the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. I think it is.
Yeah.
We don't know what any of it is.
I'm not.
It's being observed.
I'm not certain what the Heisenberg uncertainty principle deals with. I think it's something with quantum mechanics, but I don't know. All right, I'm still stuck on this build your own X sums. So digits along an arrow
broke my brain.
are an X sum clue. The following
Maybe we need
X
to see the puzzle.
Maybe. The following X digits in the direction of the arrow sum to the clue, where X is the first cell in that direction. 2-cell arrows are double-digit clues. The nearest digit to the arrow circle is the tens, followed by the units digit. So, is what it's saying that... Okay, let's say that this was, I don't know, 2, 1, and a 4. Then that would be 21. And in the next 4 digits, this included, then I must make 21, which 21 minus 4 is 17. So what? A 3, a 5. Oh well, this would be doubled. So 7 and So 2 5s and a 7 is 17, plus 4 is 21.
Yeah,
Problem
seeing it
though,
helped.
this doesn't work in the opposite direction, but that doesn't really matter. We were just trying to prove the rule for one of them. All right.
Right.
Assuming that is correct, let's restart the time so we get an accurate time and start puzzling. Hmm. Okay, well, these arrows point at each other, so same with these arrows, and these arrows overlap. Okay, I think these corner ones are going to be the more important ones, because let's say I make this one, I don't know, really big. Let's say it's 45. Then this, whatever I put here, let's say I did 9, would say that in the next, so that would be 18 towards this 45, but then whatever I put here must be 9. I can't put a 1, I could put 2 and 7, so now that's 3 9s. But then this 7 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, doesn't work. Now, that's not necessarily a proof that 45 doesn't work or 9 doesn't work here, but we know that this one is maximum 6. A 1 is never going to work for a 2-digit number. And neither is a 2, because this is minimum 12. And the most you can make with 2 is 11 with 2 and 9. The maximum here in the middle is a 5. It has to be the xsum clue for 2 different numbers, so it can't be a 1. And this is also going to be 3, 4, 5, or 6, because again, 12 minimum, you can't use a 2. These are single-digit values.
Okay, that single digit value. You can't get a single digit in 4 or 5.
That's true. If I used a 3, it would have to pair with a 4 to make 7, and then you'd have a 1 and a 2 over here for 8 and 9. Except these two, because they're an xsum clue along this diagonal, are maximum 7. Which means these are maximum 7. Which means if this was a 3, it would immediately pair with a 4 and a 1, and I'd have too many. So this is a 2. And you can't use a 6 here. But 2 plus 3 is 5. 4 is 6, and 5 is 7. One, two, three, four, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. Well, I guess one of these has to be minimum 4. So what's the minimum I can do in 4? Or I guess maybe I should start with 3, because that makes a little bit more sense. It would be 10, which isn't allowed. But I can do...
It would have to be 12.
Right.
As the minimum.
Yeah. If I did 4... 4 and 2 is 6, and a pair of 5s is 16. But I could go up to a pair of 7s, but that would be 20. So it would have to be 16 or 18 if I used a 4. So a 3 must be 12. A 4 is 16 or 18. And a 5 gets me 17 plus 1. Which is 18. Minimum. But I can go all the way up to 8. 17 plus 8 is 25.
But for the 5, it would be 5 plus 2. That's 7. So it'd be 19 plus an additional.
Yeah, because I'd have to use minimum 6.
Or 21 plus 1 additional.
Yeah.
So the center digit of box 1 is a 1 or a 2.
Yeah. And it's the same for box 3.
Right.
But then this is going to have to be a minimum of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's maximum 35, isn't it?
Yes. Because they all see each other.
1, 2, 3, 4 would be maximum... Well, it wouldn't be maximum 30. So this has to be a 3. Remove the 3 there. And then 1, 2, 4, 5. And then this is going to have to be a 5 in order to get above 30. 7, 8, 9.
There's
I guess
35.
it's not quite. Yeah. But I have to be below 35. Although, I can't get 34. Because that would have to be... so 4 is out. this is now 4 or 5 because it's the 3 plus the 1 or a 2. Now we know that this is a minimum of this much, which is 7 plus 12 is 19 plus something, so this is a 2, that's a 1. Minimum 2 would be 21.
Okay, if and the other diagonal, if it's a 4, then
These are 7s because it's 2, 5.
okay. And then those are both 6s. So that's 18.
Which makes 9. And this is 21 plus something.
And we could do the rest of the diagonal because it's going to be in 6, so it's 12, 14, 18. I'm going the other way. 26, 27, 35. Oh, I added too many.
27 is what that's saying up here. So 2 and 7 for a 9 here. Because that's 9.
Right. 18, 26, 27, yeah.
This is 14, 16, 21. Plus 2 is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 6 removes a 5. But then these 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, are minimum 27.
16, 21. Well, there's 23 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
the
27.
minimum there is an extra 4. But I could go up to an 8 and a 9. So 23 and 17 is 40. But that would force this to be 2 or 3. Well, it can't be a 2, so it must be a 3.
Maybe it's time to get rid of the confetti on the 3 in the corner.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you don't have to do it, but I mean, that's a Simon thing.
Yeah. There it is.
It's sad to be off, but it's also, not really necessary.
And if anyone
Well, it can't
asks
be
about
3 and 4 in box because that would be 7.
Okay.
And it can't be 3 and 8.
Right. And this is
So it's
5
either
and 9.
5, yeah.
And to get 32, this is 23. I would need to make 9. And to get 36, I would need to make 13.
Well, okay, we can eliminate the 9 from that arrow tip in box 3 because 9 and 2
Right.
is 11.
5,
And you
6,
can eliminate the
7, 9.
5. Yeah.
5, which would be 7, and 9, which would be a 7 here.
Okay, so we needed 13. Well, you can't do 13 now because that would be 3 and 10 or 4 and 9, and 9 sees the corner in the column.
Right.
9.
So this is a 2. And so to get 9, that's 5 or 6 for a 5, 6 pair. 23 and 9 is 32.
Right.
So that's a 5 here. Four, 2, 5, 6, 7. This one not a 3.
Okay, for the column 6, it's going to be 31 or 32. Well, you already have 11.
Yeah.
And it's going to be in 5. So you're going to need, so we need either 20 or 21. So you cannot use a 1. That has to be an 8 or a 9. And it can't be 3, 8, 9. But it could be 4, 8, 9 for 21. But there's also other possibilities.
Yeah.
So.
Although for 21,
Oh, right.
you have 4, 8, 9. You've got 5, 7, 9.
But 5 is not an option.
6, 7, 8. But yeah,
Which
and
is not an
then
option.
so 4, 8, 9's our only possibility. And then to get 20, 3, 8, 9 is 20. 4, 7, 9 is 20. 5, 6, 9 is 20. That clearly doesn't work. Maximum 8.
8
8,
and 12.
12
5 and
would
7.
be, yeah.
Which doesn't work.
So 4, 8, 9, 4, 7, 9, which
Yeah.
that would be a 9. We can't do 3, 8, 9. Okay,
So basically it's 4, 7, 8, 9, but neither of those can be a 7.
Oh, but none of them can be 7. So it has to be 4, 8,
Yeah.
9. Which is 32. And I still need a 1 and a
7.
7. You'd think I would
And 3
recognize
plus 2
that.
is 5 in box 2.
That's true. You'd think I'd recognize the 7 was what we were missing there, because we just talked about the 7 couldn't be in that group.
Right. The diagonal that starts with box 3 coming down to the left, it's 23 or 24. Well, it's 5 in 18. 23, yeah. And 3 and 2 is 5.
What can this be? 6 and 9. Well, can't put 2 in either one. 9, 8, and 2, 4, 5, 6, and 2, 5, and 7.
Well, we're not gonna be able to get up to 60 anything.
Yeah, although 70 is the first one. Because
right.
this is maximum. Even if it could be 7, 8, 9, it's maximum 24, and another 9 would be 33. But
and you can't have a 7 in there at all. So 6, 8, 9 is now the max that diagonal could be.
Right.
So
where
32
is the 7 in this box? Not there, not there, not there. Neither of those two. But I can still have small values.
Right.
Oh, right. And if it was all four of these, that would be 24 and 4 for 28. So this has to be a 1. 4,
3, 5,
5,
and
7.
7. Oh, yeah, I think I said 3, 5, and 7 instead of 4. Whatever.
And this has to be at least 3, and at most 4. So it has to be a 4. So that's a 6, that's a 7. And I make 16. Well, actually, I make 12 in these 3.
And it can't be 9 because it would go with 1, 2, and it sees there's 2 2s.
So 8 would be 1 and 3. And a 4 would need 8.
Well, you can't use 1, 7 because that would break the 1, 7.
But you can't do 2 and 6. So it's going to have to be 8, 3, 1, 4, 7. 8, 1, 3, 1. That's 16. So I think 1, 4
Could
is
just
one
be
of those
Sudoku
two.
now, I think.
Yeah. 7 and 9. 4 and 8. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This is 3 or 5. 3, 8, 9, and something else.
4?
This isn't 8 or 9. That's not 3 or 9.
1, 5, and 8.
There, this one is an 8. 4, 3, 9, 8, 5, 3, 5, 1. These two,
6 and 9.
6. Um, these 3,
5,
5.
6, 8.
Places 9, 6, 6, 8. 2 and a 9. 1 and 4.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Row 5 needs an 8.
Didn't see 7 or 6, but you can't put a 3, so that's a 7, that's a 6, that's a 3. These 3, 6, 7, 9.
6, yeah.
9. Need a
Well, 3.
3. Uh,
Column 1 needs a 2 or a 5.
5, 2, 5. 4
2 and
and
4.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. That one was pretty hard, I think. Heisenberg by Randall. top down, row 1. Write the column index of each one in the solved. Okay. Wrong puzzle. Spoilers. Okay. Doing too many things and brain won't focus. Randall. Okay. Column index indices of the ones. So that is 6, 2, 8, 9, 3, 5, 1, 7, 4. I hope. Congrats. Okay, cool. All right. It's very hard because the solution code was very hard. No, I'm gonna go with regular hard. We got through it fairly quickly, but I still think that the logic involved was like tricky to manipulate. And I guess like I'm just sort of surprised that we did it in 24 minutes. Despite feeling constantly throughout the puzzle like, man, this is such a hard puzzle. Like, you've got so many things to like have to balance and get to work together and all that. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I still really enjoyed that one. That was fun. So let's see. This is puzzle number 4 for today. Wanted to get back to the advanced search. My brain won't focus today, apparently. Between by 2 to 10th. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Gray lines are between lines. The digits along the line must have values between the digits in the gray circles at the line's ends. Digits in a black circle must appear at least once within the 4 cells touching the circle. All right. Okay, well, the quadruple rules means that I have to have a 1 and a 6 somewhere next to the quadruple. And then these between lines, let's go with this one because it's a bit more complicated. If I were to say put a 3 here and an 8 here, that means nowhere on here could I put a 1, 9, or 2. You also can't put 3 or 8 on there because they would be seen, or rather not in between the bookends. So those would not be allowed. You'd have to put 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's it as your options. But yeah. Alright, restart for the real time to start as I get something in my eye. Alright. Not supposed to do stuff when you have stuff in your eye anyway, so. Apples.
Yes. Not supposed to rub them.
I guess I want to consider something. You can never put 1 or 9 on a between
On
line.
a right. Row 1.
Mm-hmm.
The 1 cannot go anywhere in boxes 2 or 3. And it cannot go on there. In box 5, you could put A1 or A9 around in box 5.
Oh.
One of them can go around that circle, but the others consist of 3, 5, and 6, and they can't go on there. So those two, a 1 or A9 has at least one or at least A1 or A9. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But that's not really all that helpful in that one. The one up there in row 1 was much more helpful.
Mm-mm. Looking at row 7, the 1 or 9 ends up being in these 4, but because it's not restricted into one box,
Right.
not that helpful. And I almost want to look at these 3 because it looks like it would start like the roping thing. But I don't know if it
Well, not
actually
necessarily.
does.
Right. Because they don't have if the endpoints are far enough apart, then
Yeah.
there doesn't have to be overlap on it, or at least very much.
I guess if I consider this digit and where it is in this box, it has to be down here. So it does end up in there. But is that helpful? Okay, these 2. Where can they go in this box? Well, they're not here, and they're not there. They're in that group. So they're 1, 9, 3, 5, and 6. I guess they don't have to be just from those values. Because you could have both 1 and 9 be here. And then it'd be a 3, a 5, or a 6,
Right.
or the mysterious 4th digit that's not from that group. But we know that one of them, at least, is a 3, 5, or 6. And you have to have 3 digits minimum.
Okay, well, on that line, it can't be 1, 9, 3, 5, or 6. So 2, 4, 7, and 8.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. That means that
Right.
the 3 has to be one of these 2. Because, regardless, if I picked 5 or 6, it would have to be a maximum or a minimum. And it would end up chopping the group of 2, 4, 7, and 8 in half. But we have to use 3 of those digits. And the only one that loses one possibility is 3 is the minimum, which is going to place 4, 7, and 8, so this has to be 3 and 9.
Why would 3 have to be on there at all? Or it doesn't have to be on.
It has to be at least one of 3, 5, and 6. Because we know that both of these are in this group.
Why?
Because they can't be here because both of these see these, and you can't repeat
Right.
the ends on their between line. So they have to
Yeah,
end
but
up
why couldn't
here in this group. So that they both have to be in there, which means that one of them could be the mysterious 4th digit, but the other must be 3, 5, or 6. Right? Because let's say that neither were 3, 5, and 6. Let's do 2 and 9.
Yeah.
Well, then where is 2 in this box? Well, it can't be
Oh,
here,
right.
and it can't be on the between line, so let's say 2 is there. But then the same is true of 9.
Right, okay.
And now I don't have enough room for 3, 5, and 6.
Yeah. That I was just not seeing that myself. I don't know.
Um,
I should
the
have seen
visuals
that.
help.
Yeah.
But that is going to remove the 2 then, because 3 must be the minimum. There's not enough space for
Right.
those digits to be below 3. So, and then because of the 8, you're going to have 3 and 9 there. And that's going to mean that these are 3, 5, 6, and 9. Oops, I want to get rid of
And
the
1
coloring.
and 2 are the last 2 in the.
Mm-hmm. And I guess to fill this in, this is 4 through 8. No 9s. And 4, 6, and 8 are removed from those 2.
Column 4, the 8 has to go in box 8. So it takes 8 off of the between line.
I accidentally
Oh, it
removed
could
the
go
center.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, my bad. I didn't see that one there.
It is getting close to our end time.
Yeah.
Let's fill in the rest of this. 1, 2, 3, 9.
You can't have an 8 in box 2
Right.
because it's the circle. Yeah. Now, since that can't have a 4
This one?
because there has to be. It's a 7. Sorry. Oh yeah, it could because it could be. My brain's done. Okay.
Do you want to hit pause on this one? Because we only have 14 minutes left.
No, I think I'm okay still. It's just I once I get my head wrapped around it, because I think I was seeing it as more like thermos. It's like, well, no, it can't have this now. Well, yes, it can because it's just that's the opposite end of it.
Yeah.
It's not a thermo bulb. It's just it has to be either higher or lower than everything else in the middle.
Hmm. Well, where's 1 in this box now? Well, it's not here, and it's not there, and it's not there. So 1 is one of those 2. And Okay, then that asks the question, where's 1 in this box? Because it's not on the bottom anymore because of these two. But now it can't
Right.
ever go on a line, so 1 is here. And that makes 1 be one of those two, and 1 there. 1's one of these two because of the quadruple.
Right.
Oh, 4 and 8 combine with the quadruple over here to put 4 and 8 up here.
Right.
Not enough to make conclusions yet, but is progress. Well, these are now 3 through 8. I don't know if that's helpful, but it sort of makes me want to ask where 2 is, but there's no reason it can't be up here. Unless that's
Right.
not a 1 and that's not a 1. What are the options here, though? It can't be 5 or 7. That's all it can't be. Hmm. 4 and 8 are out. Don't know about the rest of it. But what can this be? It's not 1 or 6. And I need to have... Let's fill in those. Never 1 or 9. These two can't be an 8. And since neither of these can be a 1, none of these can be a 2. That can still be a 9. But, okay. But what about, okay. Can this be a 7? Well, this would have to be a 4, and that would give you 5 and 6 as options. So 7's not allowed here. 8 and 9 are allowed.
No, 8 wouldn't be.
Right. Because
'Cause
this would have to be a 4, and that would give you 5, 6, 7, but they actually have to be 4 different values.
right.
But yeah, you can't go 4, 5, 6, 7,
5
and...
wouldn't be
Oh,
allowed.
this... Right. 5... Because 5 would pair with
4,
7,
7.
and you'd only have 6 as an option.
Okay, if 7 is the high, 6, 5, 4, 3.
2.
So that's 2 or 9. Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because, like you said, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 to 2.
And so 2 pairs with 7,
Yeah,
9 pairs with 4. So 5
8,
and
7,
6 can't be
6,
on the...
5. Right.
Okay.
And that means We have 5 and 6 for sure. If I'm reading that correctly. Because
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
although I guess both of these could be 3. So if this was 2, you have 3 in either.
Normal Sudoku rules would apply. Those are 4 distinct digits there.
Yeah.
Those can't both be 3.
No, they either one could be, is what I meant.
Oh, yeah, either one can be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if this is a 2, because if this is a 9, this one has to be 8. And then we get 7, 6, 5.
Right.
But if this is a 2, then I could put the 3 here instead of here. Or I could put the 3 here. Like, 3 is not limited except for the first digit. But we know that 5 and 6... Oh, well, this one can't be 6 because the 1's 6 here. Oh, 5 and 5 means 5's down here.
Right.
Now, if I used a 5...
It can't be on a circle. It can't be an endpoint of the one that's completely within. Because even if it's 1 and 5, that only leaves 2, 3, and 4. And if it's 5 and 9, it only leaves 6, 7, and 8. So 5 is the endpoint over there.
And I guess that
so the other endpoint's
going
to be 1 or 9.
Right. Two, 3, 4, or 6, 7, 8. Well, can this be 1, 3? No, because this would have to be 2, 3, 4 then, if this is a 1.
Right.
So one of those has to be 9.
Yeah.
If this is 9, that's a 4, 5 pair. Oh, but we do know that whatever these are, those are, and those are.
Right.
So then this has to be those 3. And I can't put a 9 in this group. So this is a 1. This is a 9. This ends up being a 4 because this is 2, 3, 4. Three, 7. 7's the big digit, so that's a 2. 4, 7. 3, 7. 3, 7. 4, 5, and 6. 3.
except 3.
This is the 8. Those aren't. 4, 7, 8.
Yeah. And the 2 circle that's between boxes 2 and 3 resolves the 2-3 pair in box 8. Well, 9 has to be in yellow.
Yeah. Oh, I guess there are 4 of those digits. Well, we know that this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it can't be a 5, making this a 6. Because then this wouldn't work. So this actually just couldn't be a 5 at all. Because this would be forced to be a 6. So this is the big digit, and this is the small digit, and it has to be 1, 2, or 3. Well, 2 and 3 is there, so that's a 1. That's not. I can use 7, 8, or 9 as the big digit. But 1, 2, 3, and 4 is taken up, so this is 5, 6.
In box 2, where the 2s are,
yeah, these
that's
two.
a 1-2 pair. Because it's 1, 2 in column, yeah. So 8 has to be over
9.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9, 8.
Eight goes on the bottom of that circle because there's an 8 in row 5. The 4 goes on the top of the circle because there's a 4 in 6 we don't know.
Yeah. 3's now in here because of this 3, forcing it down, which takes it out of this one, and now none of those can be a 3, so this is.
So now 3 is going to be one of the endpoints in box 6.
Oh, it's this one. So that one can't.
1 and 2 have to be on the outside. They can't.
Right.
Because you can't have. Yeah.
So that's a 4, that's an 8. This must be a 9.
And it's 6, 7 in the middle. Which
so
resolves the 5,
6,
7.
5. And now 6, 8 pair there.
So that's 3, 9. Box 4 on the top row. In row 4, it's 3, 6. Or 3, 9. Doot.
1, 4, it looks like. It is after 10.
Yeah. think it'll take us more than like 10 minutes.
We are pretty close to the end, so I don't think so. What's left over
Well,
in this column?
5,
5,
6,
6, 7,
8.
8. 5, 6, 7, 9, and
1. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's a lot. Oh, but 6 can't be in column 9 up there.
Because of that. So it has to be one of
Right.
those two.
Okay. Six. Well, that could be 7, 8 with the other one being 9.
This one can't be a 5 because there's nothing smaller than a 5 on the endpoints.
Right.
So this is a 7. 6 and 7. 6 and 7. Now 7 ends up in blue.
Row 9. There's a 5, 6, 8, 9 quad, so blue is 7. Oh, I already knew blue was in 7 because of the...
Right. Or
And
7.
Box 8 has a 5, or 6, and box 9 has 6 or 8 in blue. So blue must be 1, 7, and 6.
Six, 6, 5.
And in box 9, the yellow, those two circles can't be 8, 9, so it's, yeah.
9, 5, 8. One's already done. 9's places a 9 up here. And
8s. Oh, no,
8's
8
are
could be up there
everywhere.
at the top.
So this one can't be a 9 though because of the between line. So this is a 1-9 pair. And we get a 7-8 pair going across, but this can't be a 7. So now we do get our 8s there, but
Yeah.
1, 9, and 8. Can't have 7s here, or 3s there. 5, oh, that's a 9, that's an 8. That's a 6, that's an 8. That's a 7, that's a 6. 6 is out of all of that. Not a 7, not a 7, not 2 or 5. Couple of 3's out. Between line, well, I need to have a 9.
Okay, the other end can't be 6 because, yeah.
9, 4, 1, 3. Or 2. Yay, we did it! All of the
Yay.
puzzles were fairly short.
We didn't go over by much. It's only 7 after, so.
Yeah. Last one was between. There it is. All of the puzzles were sourced by the channel Cracking the Cryptic. Highly, highly recommend their channel. Not sponsored, but enjoy their content anyway. Row 2 followed by column 1. 6, 9, 7, 6, 2. But yeah, they do row 2, column 1. Open this up. Wrong button. Three, two, 6, 7, 8, 1, 5, 9, 4. First try. Very nice. Hard.
Yeah, I'd agree with hard.
Yeah. Like even though we were tired, and that makes it a little bit more difficult to work through the logic. It was still like really tough to figure out where to look for certain things. There was like a couple of things like the roping that I thought might end up happening in the bottom 3 boxes. But yeah, no, the logic involved in this one's pretty tough to work through. Even if it didn't take us that long, even with us being tired. That's just because we're good at the logic from having done the puzzle, or similar puzzles, not this particular one. Yeah. Anyway, don't need to go on and on and on about that whenever we talk about difficulty of the puzzle. So, all right, transition over to the talking screen and streaming announcements. I did say those at the beginning of the video, but I'm going to say them now anyway. Project Zomboid will be on Thursday and Friday night after midnight. So pay attention to the time that's listed on YouTube for those if you want to catch those live, or of course the VODs will be up later. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, ring the bell, all of that fancy YouTube engagement stuff. It really helps out a lot. And I don't know. Can't think of anything else. I guess Horizon Zero Dawn, I'll play that eventually sometime in between now and next time. Other than that, I think I'm just going to click over to the thank you for watching screen. And I greatly appreciate everyone who watches this. I hope you have a wonderful day.